This is the only land they've played since then, and so far they're not looking up to snuff. They're not looking like they should be based on what we've been seeing online. So what the story of this game is going to be, can OpTic actually start transferring that online performance to the land setting? Because they should be able to, and they should win this game. But if they can't, Splyce, they played well against VP yesterday. They're looking strong, and I expect them to be a tough opponent here for OpTic, as we do see Splyce setting up for a heavy A execute here. Have a couple of smokes, so could see top stairs in jungle, and just pressuring CT spawn, trying to get that bomb planted in the A site. I like this from OpTic, though. They press catwalk, so they'll have a really fast rotate.
It was going to kick off those. They begin to flood their way into that bomb site. Mixwell comes over to try and help out. Rush is tapping away through the smoke right now, but can't quite connect onto anyone just yet. Stanislaw holding this angle as well, being pushed, but he is going to be tapping away, trying to land the shots. Couldn't quite do it. Abe takes him down. Daps did find the frag on towards Davey, and Rush finally comes in as well. He's going to be able to shut down Abe. 4 men left standing on that OpTic Gaming side. They have outnumbered Splyce, but it's going to have to just coordinate themselves and calm down before they go for this retake. Professor Chaos actually in an interesting position here as well. Could do some damage towards CT. Begins to spam away with that CZ. Did connect one, but it's not going to amount to anything. They eventually do fall. The defuse will come in, and OpTic Gaming have a nice retake there to pick up the pistol round.
Well done from Splyce to execute, actually electing to smoke top stairs and actually put forces into jungle rather than blocking it off. And initially they were getting some favorable exchanges there, did get the bomb planted, but it was OpTic that were able to find the retake there. Again, having that fast rotation thanks to the cat push, being able to get there right away to challenge that round. And now, of course, we will see them getting a couple of SMGs in play, as well as an M4 on Rush. We are going to see Splyce obviously take a conservative approach to this round. They did get a bomb plant in the first. They want to buy those AKs up in the next round, so they will just take a couple of P250s here and just try to focus on getting another bomb plant. Might just waterfall out of upper B, or it looks like they're actually heading a lot of forces in the underpass. Maybe they're just going to try to 5-man push Mixwell here and see if they can't get him out and get in that A site.
And try and overwhelm him towards connector and see if they can barrage their way into that bomb site. It really is going to be on him to try and do some damage, but it's not going to go that way. Professor Chaos will actually pick him off with the P250. That's already an opening frag on the side of Splyce. They can calm things down now as well. They've got an awful lot of map control.
Absolutely. I mean, already the man advantage here. They still could be dangerous. I mean, obviously, OpTic has the higher firepower, and Splyce didn't really invest into this round, so it shouldn't be one that they're coming away with. But now you have Davey inside window. You have an even situation. The defense is split 2 per site, with the rotations being pretty far off. So they can get a couple of key kills. They should be able to get a plant.
Daps playing away with that MP9, trying to connect, but it's not really going to matter. His teammate will come in and do the job for him. He actually gets taken down as well. Bested by Abe there as he just slaps him down with a P250. What a very awkward angle, and eventually will fall.
So good play there from Naf with the hat trick to prevent that bomb from going down. So it will be 2-0 for OpTic, but here's where Splyce will go ahead and put in their first purchases. They'll get some AKs put up into this round. And this is where things should be a bit more challenging for OpTic, as they do have 4 rifles in play, just that 1 SMG. And of course, Splyce is sitting on a scout and a Tech 9, so they're not fully equipped here. So it looks like they're going to be trying to do some mid-control right now. Professor Chaos putting a Molotov in the connector, a smoke going out on window. But this is a great smoke for Mixwell to be able to peek over and actually punish some players at middle. So this is the danger of smoking this connector in this way. It's actually advantageous for CTs a lot of the time.
Yeah, making their lives so much easier off the back of that smoke. He did go for the peek, got the information, then opted to just fall back, just waiting for the potential push to come towards him. Very lax play towards mid right now, allowing them to take it and just holding back of the push. Ari up, trying to connect that shot, but couldn't quite flick with the scout fast enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, so now Rush is playing the smoke. Stanislaw has pressed the A ramp here, and so he could catch a frag on the J-Star, who is not suspecting this. A does get 1 kill, but Stanislaw can even the odds and upgrade his weapon. So he will go ahead and pick up that AK. Execute trying to come through connector now. It's not committed, though. That bomb's still sitting in mid. Could still go up cat to B, in fact, but you see they have window room control. So it looks like they want to see if they can't press into this A bomb site. You can see the bomb is actually making its way back around towards T spawn.
Stuff as well from Mixwell there, being able to snipe down Abe. It's going to be a mass rotate. Everyone reshuffling around. They want to try and reposition, barrage their way out onto A. Stanislaw is lying in wait, though. He has the backup of Naf as well, just sitting towards CT. And the rotate coming in with Daps. Mixwell his way up, but he will get spotted out by Davey. Rattles off a few shots, but couldn't quite take him down. And might actually give the game away here as he tried to sprint through and got picked off by Daps. The push will still be coming out, 23 seconds. They're going to have to start to react fast, and Naf's there giving all this information to Stanislaw so he can just bide his time as he creeps around and begins to spray down, shoots Professor Chaos in the back. Ari will chime in with a scout frag, but it's a little bit overconfident and eventually will fall.
Yeah, a lot of weight was on Davey there to make something happen. He had a big position inside window room, but he got picked up on by Mixwell inside the window, and that's kind of what shut down the round. You could see that Splyce were moving into A-ramp position, hoping that Davey could make a play, cut off or rotate, you know, give them an opening in the round, but it didn't come to fruition. And OpTic will go up 3-0, and Splyce here are going to be just on P250s again, though a Deagle is going to be on Jason R. You can see some FMGs being purchased by OpTic, understanding the money situation of Splyce. Do you think they can't get a little bit of bonus cash here going into the next round, as we do see Splyce setting up outside of A for looks to be just a standard 3-smoke execute, but Rush going to get aggressive and finds a pick.
Good stuff from them being able to get a little bit more money inside. Seemed like he could have absolute abundance coming his way as well. Everyone trapped towards ramp right now. He tried to go aggressive, but he's forced to fall back, and unfortunately for him, his head's gone rolling off, taken down by Davey. Nice use of the Deagle there. Stanislaw from that elevated position just made him an easier target as he gets picked off by Aria. And now that site has been secured. All the CTs zoned out. They can't really achieve too much here. Just waiting for the cavalry to roll over so they can begin to try and mount a retake, but it's going to be quite hard. Naf jumping up on this elevated position, just spamming away through the smoke, aware that someone's there, but he can't quite connect the shots, and Aria could actually give himself away if he gets a little bit over-aggressive, but it's not going to matter. He pushes straight into the crosshairs and gets sprayed down just on Davey and Professor Chaos right now. They're just holding, have no real reason to face, just trying to bait the CTs into him so they can get this crossfire to work, but his teammate will be taken down. It's just left on him, just trapped right now. Just playing the time. Very smart stuff comes out, but he whiffs the Deagle shot and will be picked off by Naf.
Yeah, just so difficult to hold off retakes on this A-bomb site when you don't have the utility, especially when CTs do. I mean, you can incendiary the common spots like hiding behind Firebox. You can smoke off A-ramp and Palace, and it just becomes very hard to hold that because the choke points are actually pretty wide when you're retaking on this A site. One of the easier sites to retake, while, you know, on the other side, B is actually one of the hardest ones. And there you have it, OpTic up 4-0, but of course Splyce didn't really have too much invested into that one. They're back onto a full buy now, though. Aria will be the one taking the op now. It's been kind of shifting between him and Davey over the past few months, but looks like he's been the one to take it against Virtus Pro a lot as well earlier in the tournament, so not surprised to see it, as he is going to be working his way up to the top mid. Smoke going on Top Cat allows him to cross over here to the boxes. Meanwhile, we have a nice little boost here from Mixwell, and it nets him a frag. Don't see that boost too often.
Yeah, great stuff there. Able trying to bring it back though. He gets the spray down towards Rush, and actually a massive tag over towards Mixwell. Just 4 HP left on him. He's trapped in a horrendous position. Tries to run round, sprint straight into the crosshairs of Abe, though, nearly taking him down, but didn't work out too well. Aria also coming into the fold as he's going to be able to land that shot onto Stanislaw. Now it's just Daps and Naf. Spread so very thin as well.
Bomb down here at middle, but Splyce with the numbers thanks to the mid control. Nice flank there from Daps, though, so he gets it into a 2 versus 2, but here's where things can get hectic.
Oh, yeah. Just waiting at top mid right now. All in hand, seeing if anyone's going to go for the peak. Time a little bit off as he begins to just reshuffle and reposition, so unfortunately he won't be able to land that shot. Daps. Put up a Molotov there to try and force him out of position. He will smoke it off. Still had that utility in his back pocket. Here comes Jason R as well. Was just going the entire way round. Eventually gets that conflict with Daps and is able to land the shots. And it's just all on one man. Now somehow he's able to actually take down Ari though. Went for the peek towards mid window. Sprayed him down with that M4. He's got the bomb in his possession, but he's getting a little bit overly aggressive here as he sprints his way up top mid. And Jason R will land the headshot.
Yeah, 2 big frags there from Jason R. Being able to catch Daps in the underpass and then come back around and catch Naf, despite the fact that Ario went down. You know, missing a key shot. So great recovery there from Splyce. Now they put their first round on the board, and all these rounds have been pretty close, so OpTic's money's kind of all over the place. They have 3 guys that do have, you know, over $6,000, which is enough to purchase, but you're seeing Daps and Rush very low there. But Mixwell still going to find the out. This will be his first round with it. He will be heading over here towards middle. Had a rough day yesterday outside of that first map, but a nice leg shot there on the Professor Cass to open things up. The nade will not finish the job, but he's definitely going to be weak for later on.
Oh, this is good as well. Aria did actually spot the head of Daps there as he went for the information face as he just slided across the site. We'll be aware of what's going on. It's not really working out in their favour. An abundance of nades will just roll in, blow any battle. Nice thought. As well as he just backpedals out of connector, just spamming through the smoke. We'll actually be able to tag down Professor Chaos. He was quite low. It's just left on 3 members of Splyce already. This round hasn't really gone the way they expected it to.
Definitely OpTic changing things up on their CT side quite a lot. I've been seeing Stanislaw playing a lot of the B bomb site lately in place of Naf as they were kind of swapping positions, but now you see Stanislaw back inside A, and they're actually doing kind of a triple B setup. So interesting approach here. So we do have a 3 versus 5. It looks like Splyce are gearing up to try to split this A bomb site through Connector and Palace.
There's that crossfire prepared for Jason R though, but it's not even going to matter. Russ actually gets picked off by Davey that came in at the right time, and it allowed Jason R to just go for the peak and shut down Stanislaw. This is absolutely great. They've cracked that site clean open and can begin to mount their attack. They just get that bomb planted now, reposition into some advanced after plants, and the CTs too sure how they're going to be able to deal with this. Naf getting very low as well, but somehow he's actually able to recover and get that spray down on towards Davey. Aria is fairly low in an awkward position. Has to try and move round. Bouncing out. It's not going to work out in his favour. Daps comes in, finally arrives on the scene, is able to pick him off with the AK-47. Jason are now trapped. As he tried to get back, will be picked off by Mixwell.
So Splyce being able to get a bomb play, despite the fact they were in a 3 versus 5 there. Davey, again, just being, really crafty over there in the window, always kind of lurking around and finding openings for his team. But just OpTic, again, a successful A bomb site retake. So they will be able to upgrade their guns here. Now they're looking pretty sharp. Meanwhile, Splyce, economy reset. Just going to have to upgrade a couple of pistols, and that's going to be about it for them this round. So OpTic, a great opportunity to just keep extending their lead. So we're going to see that top cat smoke going out here from Splyce. They're sending several numbers over towards upper B, including the bomb carrier. Mixwell finds a new position at connector this time with the op.
As well, just waiting, playing close on the smoke right now towards ramp, seeing if he can go for that push a little bit earlier on with the backup of his teammates. They're going to try and go for the mid-window boost and through connector at the same time. Really a pincer play as they barrage that site from all angles and try and overwhelm the CTs that are defending it. If they can catch them off guard. But Stanislaw coming back round, depending on the timing here, he could be actually picked off by Aria if he's not careful. A little bit anxious seeing if anyone is going to be over there. The site, but it's not even going to be him to kick things off. It'll be Mixwell as he finds that frag on towards Professor Chaos. Still slow stuff though. Splyce not going to overreact too much. Jason not popping up close to actually landing the dig, but didn't really work out. He'll be picked off once again. Mixwell 2K already on the board. He's going to go down. Abe follows suit, and it's just left on one man. Davey Orn is lonesome. Shuffling around, 45 seconds left on the clock as he arrives towards that A bomb site. He should be dispatched very easily in this round. Should be snapped up by OpTic. As well, watching the angle, just trying to bait him out, seeing if he will just go for a pot shot and potentially try and push him. But he's not going to fall for it. We'll just land it.
Yeah, I couldn't expect much out of Splyce there. Didn't really have much to work with. Actually got some decent positions in connector and window, but just weren't able to actually get onto the site. So there will actually be possibly electing to take another save here. I mean, no, never mind. They are going to go ahead and start getting the AKs out. It seems like there was a little delays, a little bit of talk about it, but they do want to go ahead and go for it here. But OpTic, they have an impressive lead, and this is more of the OpTic we thought we would see based on what we had been seeing on the online play. Obviously, that didn't happen yesterday, but so far here on Mirage, it's been what people might have hoped for. Mixwell starting to hit some nice op shots, putting up some good numbers. Team seems to be playing pretty well now, but this will be another chance for Splyce to see if they can get the job done. Looks like they're going for a very heavy execute right off the bat here, wasting no time trying to execute.
Well, once again, he really has been the catalyst in every round. Just kicking it off and they try and get their way out on towards A. We'll repeat history once again. Abe actually playing off the back of this close angle. Could get overly aggressive and try and take him down. He will be able to actually land that shot. Rips him out of the situation. Just leaves 3 men left over on that CT side. They are outnumbered, but they're beginning to try and re-coordinate and go in for the push. Bring it back to an even standings as well as they spray. Connect those shots on towards Abe. Positions though of Splyce are going to be very hard to deal with right now. No one really has to go for these peaks. Alright, will be Molotov out to try and force him to not go for any plays. Davey actually just working his way through connector as well, one by one, just retaking the site that he controls and annihilating everyone that was there.
And it's just that key play from Davey once more on that lurk, approaching the connector very late in the round. OpTic probably not expecting him. So it's just Davey playing it very smart there, just timing it out just right to actually close out the round for Splyce. It looked like OpTic were going to have a chance to retake there. You saw, Abe getting picked up by Dats and CT spawns. Looking like OpTic were starting to get in pretty good positions, but Davey will have none of that, and Splyce will have a second round, and we'll see Splyce back to buying, and again, just being very aggressive, executing this A-bomb site with no nades, but Rush just shutting them down.
Yeah, Rush being able to defend this perfectly. Already a 2K on the board, repositions as well, but it's not even going to be on him now as Mixwell finally begins to land those shots. Now, elevated position here towards short. Should be able to get this trade very efficiently. Will come in, but he's actually going to be able to land the shot. Davey, he's been quite on point, looking very crispy. AK-47 right now, and he's trying to slay anyone that's in front of him, and he is going to do it through the smoke. Picks off Rush, but it's short-lived as Daps comes in from the sidelines and pushes him down.
Yeah, good play there from Rush on the A-bomb side. Nice to see him back in that position. It's kind of a position he played most of his career with OpTic. They had done a slight change online against Cloud9, and they lost a match there, and they've kind of reverted back to their old positions. They seem to look comfortable there. They're up 7-2 here. We are going to have Splyce again on a save, just some P250, so OpTic in a really good position to have a massive CT side here, which is exactly what you're going to want to try to get this map out of the way, give yourself an advantage going into map 2, which is in fact OpTic's pick on train.
As well, he really has to be a key factor into this as everyone just funnels their way towards him. Already a 2K picked up by him. That fly, UMP in hand. Not only is he getting the frags, he's also getting a huge cash injection going straight into his bank account. Now it's just left on Davey, trapped towards the B-bomb site. Eventually will be taken down by Daps. That's another quick round, the eco. Not much really done.
Yeah, it's good to see OpTic being able to handle rounds like that better. Yesterday, they were really struggling against, little small buys like that, but now they're winning those rounds clean. That's exactly what you want to be doing, just taking care of business in rounds like that should be gimmies. Now we are going to see Splyce, though, back onto a purchase. Op, I believe, is going to be back in the hands of Arya again. They have a little bit better utility this time around as well, so they're going to look to just work a little bit of mid-control, but Das is going to get very aggressive here.
This could be great as well. If they're not prepared for this, he hasn't gone overly aggressive towards them. Unfortunately, he will give away his position. His presence has been thought out. He won't actually be able to achieve anything, but it's not going to matter. His teammates do his job absolutely fantastically. The 2K comes in from Stanislaw, but unfortunately, 2 of them also get traded out themselves, and it's just left on Abe now. A 1 versus 2 to deal with. Nafly, UMP in hand, mixed well with the AWP. And Abe on his lonesome towards middle. Won't be able to recover that bomb. Has an awful lot of time left to play with as well, and a fair bit of utility. It just depends what he's going to go for here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously lots of chaos to kick off that round, but now that we're in a 1v2 and there's a lot of time to play around with Abe, can kind of think things through here. This is still winnable for him, especially if he makes the CT second guess themselves, gets them to split up, gets a couple of one-on-one opportunities. Definitely could reel this one back in. So he is going to be approaching the A-bomb side. He still has a full set of utility. Mixwell going to be here with the op. He could smoke him off. That could allow him into the site, as he is actually going to be approaching Palace. So he's definitely committed to A at this point.
Yeah, he will be going for that A play. Mixwell, not sure if he wants to rotate off or if he's just going to hold this angle. If he continues to do so, and the Divine Intervention comes into play, we'll be able to pick off Abe fairly easily. Goes for the little jiggle face. It was a nice flick coming out, but unfortunately couldn't quite connect it. Now Abe has been able to get his way onto the site. Seems like he wants to just shuffle his way around, though, seeing if he can get a pick and try and turn this into a 1v1 before he goes to the plant, but it's not going to happen. The UMP proves a little bit too strong for him.
And that was well played by Abe, putting the smoke on CT spawn, just, looking for the 1v1 duel, just didn't win it. You can't really blame him for losing that. But another thing to notice is that OpTic is getting aggressive on this CT side, which is kind of characteristic of them on a lot of their CT sides. I did notice yesterday on Cash against Hellraisers, they were very timid. They weren't playing their aggressive minutes that they're used to. They seem kind of out of their element, but here today, they look like they're more comfortable. They're doing the things that they're used to doing, and it's working. So OpTic has to be feeling pretty good about this now. Splyce again on a save. OpTic with a big chance to get to double digits now, as we do see Splyce setting up here outside the A-bomb site once more. Again, Davey will be on the late lurk A. They're just looking to see if they can't make some magic happen here with pistols.
Nice use that Molotov as well, just absolutely burning everyone to a crisp, not looking too healthy, even the ones that actually do find their way through it. Professor Chaos wants to try and cause a little bit of chaos as he lands that headshot on towards Rush, and the bomb will go down, which is going to be fantastic for them. One of the key things they wanted to achieve in this round. They're actually able to back off as well, so still potential to do a little bit more damage towards that economy of the side of OpTic Gaming. Just depends if luck's going to be in their favour. And Mixwell, he doesn't deal in luck. He deals in absolutes, like a Sif, and he's going to be able to come in with that frag towards Aria. Professor Chaos goes down as well, and it's just on Davey all the way from behind, as you said. Gets dashed on towards Stanislaw, wants to try and follow it up, but with only a Glock, couldn't quite recover.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to work with there. He definitely was in the right position, just didn't have the right gun for the job. But still a good round, as you said. What they were looking for there was a bomb plant. They got it. It's going to give a little money next direct round. But, I mean, they need to start winning rounds here. I mean, this is a slightly CT-sided map, yes, but you can't let it get out of control. You got to give yourself a chance. If they went out the half from this point forward, they still have a good chance, but you lose a couple of more rounds, OpTic all of a sudden a pistol round away from winning the game. So this is where things matter the most. I'm surprised they didn't maybe take a timeout to think about this. This is a really big round for them if they want to stay in this map. Without it, it's pretty much a done deal, unless OpTic just completely choke.
Yeah, it's really dire stakes right now, and it's looking like it's getting a whole lot worse by the second. Arya turns towards that B-bomb site once again. AWP in hand, wants to try and see if he can find a pick. He struggled in the past, and the nade's still going to hit him in the face and essentially take him down to nearly half HP. It's not a fantastic way to kick this one off.
So they do have a player here, one at top mid. Arya looking for picks at upper B. That has been pretty aggressive here, but this time around he is just kind of holding the corner. Could be maybe looking to pop flash and peek out at a certain point. So it just depends on the timing of that, on how this is going to go. As Mixwell will get here with the op. And he could do a little bit of a bait setup with that, so he gets the pick, and they still don't know Daps is there, so it's going to be very dangerous for Splyce.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Goes in for that opening frag, was able to play with his teammate there, so if they did actually go off the back of the push, but it's not even going to matter. He just follows it up with his second frag all on his own.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice when Mixwell can just come in there and find frags, and now Splyce in a 3 versus 5. They still have a lot of time, but they don't have any openings. Oh, what a crafty play from Mixwell there, jumping into the window. Definitely an angle Professor Kaz was not expecting. And there's the round for OpTic. Well done, not even losing a single player. Mixwell just outclassing Splyce there with the op. Up to 14 kills, one of the top fraggers for the team. Him and Stanislaw both sitting at that number. So this is definitely more of what people, I'm sure, were hoping for from the OpTic team.
And the thing is as well, this is a whole different Splyce from what we saw yesterday. It seems like all of a sudden that confidence is gone. There's nothing really behind them. We've seen a lot of misplays come out in the style of CS they're playing. It's really just slowing down a lot. It seems like they've taken a confidence hit very early on.
I don't know. I mean, they're actually playing pretty well. You can see that they're getting into good positions. They're getting executes off. They're getting bombs down. They're just not able to hold off OpTic's retakes. OpTic just on form today. I think it's more of a case of OpTic just playing better rather than Splyce, doing poorly or making mistakes. I haven't seen any, blatantly obvious, mishaps from Splyce. They're just getting outshot.
Let's see if they are going to be picked off very easily once again as they try and flood their way out onto that bomb site. You quite want so a little bit of a leap towards A, but Rush and Mixwell want to try and sort it out. They're becoming as a dynamic duo, just one by one, punching everyone down that comes in. Mixwell nearly landing a juicy shot there as well through the box, but he actually gets the tag. Jason also very low, 6 HP. Professor Chaos as well on 10. Oh, but it's not going to matter. It doesn't even need to see him to best him. Just straight away through the wall, sniping him down, and it's just left on Jason R 6 HP. Really not a lot he can achieve in this situation. Just trying to see if they're going to go for an over-aggressive face. Can potentially land a headshot if he's got a little bit of luck behind him. 55 seconds left on the clock. He will just edge his way forward, trying to glide onto the sights. They're going to peek. Spams through the box now. Will still give away his position, though. They're aware of what's going on. This isn't going to help him as well, because they know they don't have to go for the peek. They have no reason to. They haven't heard that bomb start to get planted, and they know he's still on the site off the back of the shots. Time beginning to tick away. Wants to try and get up on top of the box to give himself that extra little bit of height on the angle. That might make his life a little bit easier. He spots the head, but the instant trade comes in.
Yeah, OpTic just using the buddy system there at the end to make sure they could trade out well. Another big multi-frag round here from Mixwell. Up to 17 kills, and this is more of the Mixwell I was hoping we would see, based on some of the online play in the ECS with OpTic, where he was getting some nice wins over there against Liquid and Echo Fox, and had a big win against CLG recently as well. And he was just playing so well in all that. Players like Dave praising him, saying he was going to be one of the best players in the scene. Didn't look that way yesterday, but certainly getting it together here against Splyce. Splyce, so many low-buy situations like this throughout the half. Now they have to end it this way. You do see them once again gearing up for a heavy execute, but I mean, the rotation's already in motion here for OpTic.
Nice use of the utility once again there to deal so much damage before they even find their way into the bomb site. The only man that did was Professor Chaos. Split from the herd, and Rush was able to capitalise off the back of that. Came in and striked him down. Was to just jump up to this elevated angle as well, but unfortunately Abe was a little bit too fast for him. Snapped up and peeled his head back. Coming in, attempting to retake this right now. They want to try and make it back into their favour before they go for it, and Naflo will be able to do so. The spam through the box looking absolutely perfect. Jason does retaliate, but it's very much short-lived, and as he goes down, just leaving Davey on his lonesome. This flank that's done so perfectly in the past, he's able to relive it once again. The 2K coming in has to try and get the third if he wants to win it. It's going to be a hard task. Taps the bomb. Daps trying to bait him out, just holding the angle, seeing if he will go for an over-aggressive peek. Nice use to the Molotov there to try and force him off. He has to try and push up aggressively as he can. That Tech 9 not overly advantageous from this distance.
No chance now.
And he takes him down as well.
So well done by Davey. He had so many scenarios like that where he had this perfect flank. He was always in the perfect position, but he wasn't always getting the kills. There he does. He gets a third round for Splyce, and that gives him a little bit more hope. But we'll take a quick break here. When we come back, we will have the second half for you, so stay tuned. 2 maps. So definitely good to see that happening, as we're going to get right into the pistol round here of the second half. OpTic looks like they've already begun to get into the A bomb site here. Bomb should be going down shortly. Yeah,
Rush already been able to get that first frag, and they will start to smoke off the site. Actually goes on to find himself a 2-piece as well as he shuts down Davey. Jason R slips his way onto the site. But it's not looking too fantastic for him. Whiffing these shots, couldn't quite connect them. Rush takes him down and actually goes on to a bloodthirsty man. Takes a team kill as well. It's just left on Abe now versus a 1v3. Made his job a little bit easier, but it's still going to be a ridiculously hard task. Only 4 HP on him. Really shouldn't be able to achieve anything into this one. The crossfires and the afterbars have been taken, and OpTic will nail him down.
And with that loss, it becomes incredibly difficult for Splyce to get back into this one. At this point, you're starting to put pressure on yourself to possibly, force buy up in the next round just to, stop OpTic from getting map point. They'll force up here as well. And so now this is kind of where you're in the downward spiral, where you're just having to constantly spend money just to give yourself chances to get rounds, but you're always kind of half into it, right? So you're never going to have so much to work with. So this should be where OpTic just begin to close the game unless Splyce can, gamble correctly with a good stack or a good push and somehow play themselves back into a round. But at this point, OpTic, they should be, looking to close this one up and win this thing out from this point forward.
It's not looking like it will even be a chance for them as Rush, once again, just sprints his way up short and takes whatever he wants. He doesn't give a damn, this man. Area as well. This little angle, trying to do some damage with the CZ, but couldn't control the spray. Gets bested by Taps and Mixwell with a nice little shot as well. Jason R gets taken down as soon as he peeks. And even Abe in a 1v5. He only has a scout in hand. It's going to be such a hard task for him to even really do anything here. They're going on the aggressive. Wants to try and see if he can land the scout shot. Taking his time, and unfortunately somehow whiffs it as well. It was in for the follow-up, but still can't quite connect it. And goes down to the UMP of Stanislaw.
So, OpTic wasting no time here. Just kind of, pushing the way through the map and just looking to get this one over with and move on the train here with a big BAP1 victory under their belts. Seeing some numbers thrown up there. Definitely everyone playing quite well here for OpTic. There's really no weak point. I guess Daps is bottom fragging, but he's still positive. Much better than yesterday. He gets the pass to be in the IGL, but yesterday he just went too far south. But now he's back up there performing where he needs to be.
Oh, nice nade as well coming out there. Just blows Aria out the server immediately as this round kicks off. Absolutely glorious stuff. Professor Kai's playing in. Connector wanted to try and bring his teammates back into a little bit more of a favourable situation, but it's really not going to go down that way. And just all of a sudden there was 3 men left, make that 2. Davey is bested towards short by Stanislaw, and this is just looking like an absolutely insane round. Everyone just getting torn to shreds. They really can't do anything out of the measly buy they could afford. It was all they had to work with, and it didn't work out.
Again, wasn't expecting too much out of this half after Splyce lost a pistol and after what we saw in the first half there from OpTic. They seem to be firing on all cylinders today, which is exactly what they need to give themselves a chance to actually stay in this tournament. So we should be just looking to move on here soon. Obviously, Splyce will scrape up what they can, but it's not a whole heck of a lot. They will be stacking towards this A-bomb site with 4 players. It looks like OpTic are actually, in fact, setting up for some type of heavy execute with Stanislaw lurking out at middle, so they could be in the right positions to make something of this round, but it'll be up to whether or not they can actually land the shots. It looks like they're going to get aggressive at middle here, and Stanislaw could cut this off, get the information. That'll help OpTic out.
Well, actually spotting out there, my Aria as he went for that little peek. There's the backup of a few teammates as well, and they are just going to try and overwhelm as all 3 of them sprint their way up. Nice use of the flashbang to try and go for the peek, lands the tag onto the man far away, and actually gets the follow-up frag onto Jason R, who's playing the close angle as well. Rush is also going to come in, shuts down Abe, and Stanislaw is still causing so much havoc, just destroying everyone that comes his way at mid, leaving just Davey in a 1v5. Not a chance for him to achieve anything. He dispatched very easily by Rush with an absolutely amazing shot there, all the way over from Connector. And there you have it. A 16-3 scoreline on a map that we saw, yesterday we saw Splyce with this really great performance on Mirage.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's gone.
They only lost by 2 rounds to one of the best Mirage teams out there. So, yeah, definitely disheartening to see them only getting 3 rounds against OpTic. But it's good news for OpTic, right? Because yesterday they had a great opening first map against Hellraisers, but then they just really died off in the rest of the series and just got overwhelmed. Now they come out today, they start things off on the right foot by getting that map 1 under their belts. That's, the pick of Splyce they were able to steal away. And now they go on the train, which is a map that OpTic historically weren't very good on. They won it against CS Lounge to get into E-League, but they haven't really, it's not been one of their main maps. It's on the weaker side of their pool. But I do know from talking to Daps that this is one of the few maps where they feel like they've got a lot of practice on it. Mixwell just comes into the roster very recently. They didn't really have a lot of a chance to go over new stuff, so they just kind of put him in a lot of Shazam spots on mini maps.